The mango spinach smoothie tasted like expensive lies, but Ariel drank it anyway. 3 months of overtime had bought her this wellness retreat, and she was going to squeeze every drop of peace from it. Is it good? She turned. The man behind her wore a black t-shirt that fit too perfectly and eyes that looked like they'd seen too much. Not the usual tech bro seeking enlightenment between funding rounds. Yeah, she said. I think I just drank happiness. You took the last one. His smile didn't reach those careful eyes. Guess I'll have to settle for whatever's left. You can have it. She held it out, heart beating faster than it should. I didn't even like it that much. You just said it tasted like happiness. Heat crept up her neck. Yeah, well, I lie sometimes. He laughed, actually laughed, and reached for the backup smoothie. Something shifted in the air between them. I'm Trey. Ariel. You here for the full retreat or just a weekend escape? Full retreat. She took another sip to avoid his gaze. I needed to escape my life for a while. His expression changed, just slightly. That bad? Let's just say I had a boss who thought unpaid overtime was a love language and a rent increase that could have doubled as a hate crime. That's rough. Yeah, but I've got smoothies now, so I'll survive. The meditation gong rang across the deck. People in linen moved like ghosts toward the yoga pavilion. You going? He asked. I'll probably fall asleep in child's pose. But yeah. They walked together. He smelled clean and expensive, but not in an obvious way. He moved with the kind of quiet confidence that came from never having to prove anything to anyone. By the time class ended, Ariel was flat on her mat, breathing like she'd climbed a mountain. I don't think my hips are supposed to stretch like that. Trey, somehow not sweating at all, leaned over. There's a massage tent down by the lake. You should go. Are you offering? That would be wildly inappropriate considering we just met. So you're not a massage therapist? Not even close. What do you do then? He opened his mouth, closed it. Let's just say I build things. You're being vague. It's a wellness retreat. Aren't we all supposed to be mysterious and emotionally unavailable? She grinned despite herself. You're doing great at it. They walked toward the lake. Sun glittered off the water, and the breeze smelled like eucalyptus and secrets. She caught herself watching him, the way he moved like he could disappear at any second or anchor you in place with one word. Can I ask you something? She said. Sure. Why are you here? You don't look like the type who needs healing energy or goat yoga. He tilted his head. I needed space. Quiet. A break from people needing things from me all the time. Same. They sat on a bench near the water. She didn't press. He didn't push. And somehow in the silence, something clicked into place. That night at dinner, organic quinoa bowls and something green she couldn't pronounce, she saw him across the room. A few people looked at him like they recognized him, whispered behind their hands, but no one approached. Back in her cabin, Ariel lay on the bed staring at the ceiling. It had been a long time since she'd felt this kind of pull toward someone. Maybe ever. The next morning, she found him on the trail near the meditation garden. Stalking me? He asked. Absolutely not. I'm just following you very casually. His laugh made her chest warm. They walked, talked. She told him about quitting her job, about the design business she'd always wanted to start but never had the guts to try. He listened like it mattered. Like she mattered. At the fork in the trail, he paused. Dinner tonight. Not quinoa. A real dinner. I'll pick you up at 7. She blinked. Pick me up? You mean like a date? His smile was dangerous. Yeah. Like a date. Okay. At 7 sharp, a sleek black SUV pulled up to the retreat gates. The driver opened the door for her. Inside, Trey waited. No yoga clothes this time. Dark button-up, a watch that looked more expensive than her entire student loan debt. You clean up nice, she said. You haven't seen anything yet. They drove through winding coastal roads until they reached a hilltop villa overlooking the ocean. Strings of lights danced above a private courtyard where a table for two waited. What is this? Ariel whispered. Dinner. Like I promised. You rented a whole villa for this? I own the villa. She froze. You what? I wanted quiet. Remember? I built this place a few years ago. Never thought I'd be bringing someone like you here. Her heart jumped. Someone like me? He looked at her, voice suddenly lower. Someone who makes me forget everything else. She sat down slowly, hands shaking. Trey, what exactly do you build? He hesitated. I'm the founder of Oxton Development Group. We build luxury hotels, resorts, high-end properties. She stared. I didn't say anything, B. You're a billionaire. Yes. And you're here because you wanted quiet, and then I met you, and now I don't want quiet anymore. Ariel didn't say anything. She just stared at him, her heart pounding. He reached across the table, fingers brushing hers. I know this is fast, but I haven't stopped thinking about you since that smoothie. She swallowed hard. You're serious? I'm very serious. She looked out at the ocean, then back at him. For the first time in a long time, she didn't feel like running. She felt like staying. Then her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Ask him about Elena. Ask him why she's dead. Her blood turned to ice. Ariel's fingers trembled around her phone. The text glowed in the darkness like a warning. Everything okay? Trey asked. She looked up at him, at those impossibly blue eyes, at the face that had been making her heart race for 2 days straight. Who's Elena? The change was instant. His jaw tightened. His shoulders went rigid. The warmth in his eyes froze over. Where did you hear that name? She held up her phone. Someone just texted me. They said I should ask you about her. They said she's dead. Trey stood abruptly, chair scraping against stone. He walked to the edge of the terrace, hands gripping the railing. Trey. She was my fiancée. His voice was flat, hollow. 3 years ago. Ariel's stomach dropped. What happened? She died. How? He turned, and the look on his face made her want to run. She fell from the balcony of our penthouse. 16 floors. Oh my God. The police ruled it an accident. Too much wine, high heels, a moment of carelessness. He laughed bitterly. But some people think I pushed her. Ariel stood, legs unsteady. Did you? No. His eyes locked on hers. But I didn't stop her either. What does that mean? He walked back to the table, poured himself a drink with shaking hands. Elena was unstable. Bipolar, refused medication, self-destructive. That night, we fought. She threatened to jump. She'd done it before, dozens of times, always pulled back at the last second. But this time she didn't. This time I was tired. Tired of the threats, the drama, the games. His voice cracked. So I called her bluff. I said go ahead. And she did. Silence stretched between them like a wound. You think I'm a monster, he said. I think you're broken. He looked at her, surprised. I think you've been punishing yourself ever since, Ariel continued. I think that's why you're here. Why you're hiding. I'm not hiding. You're at a wellness retreat under a fake name, avoiding everyone, pretending to be someone you're not. Trey is my real name. Trey Oxton. But you left out the billionaire part. The dead fiancé part. The part where people think you're a murderer. He flinched. I wanted to be normal. Just for a few days. And then I met you, and for the first time in 3 years, I felt like I could breathe again. Ariel's phone buzzed again. He's lying. Elena didn't jump. She was pushed. I have proof. Her hands went numb. What now? Trey asked, seeing her face. They say you're lying. They say they have proof you pushed her. Who is this? I don't know. He grabbed her phone, stared at the screen. This is a burner number. Untraceable. Why would someone do this? Because they want to destroy me. He handed the phone back. Elena's brother, Marcus. He never believed the police report. He's been trying to reopen the case for years. And has he found anything? There's nothing to find. I didn't kill her. But the way he said it, the hesitation in his voice, made doubt creep into Ariel's chest. I should go, she said quietly. Ariel, please. I just met you. I don't know you. And now someone's telling me you're a murderer, and I'm standing in your private villa in the middle of nowhere with no way to leave except your driver, and I'm realizing how incredibly stupid this all is. He stepped toward her, hands raised. I'll take you back right now. But please, just listen to me first. Why should I? Because you feel it too. What's between us? I know you do. She did. God help her, she did. 5 minutes, she said. Then I'm gone. He exhaled slowly. Elena and I were toxic. We brought out the worst in each other. She was brilliant, charismatic, and completely unstable. I thought I could save her. I was wrong. So you let her die. I didn't think she'd actually do it. She'd threatened suicide hundreds of times. It was her weapon of choice whenever we fought. That's horrifying. I know. But that night, I was done. I told her I was leaving, that I couldn't do it anymore. She ran to the balcony, climbed onto the railing, started screaming that if I left, she'd jump. And I just stood there. I didn't move. I didn't try to stop her. His voice broke. I said, then jump. And she looked at me like I'd stabbed her. And she let go. Ariel felt tears on her cheeks. I live with that every day, Trey whispered. Every single day. Her phone buzzed a third time. Meet me tomorrow. Noon. The old lighthouse past the North Trail. Come alone. I'll show you what really happened that night. Ariel looked up at Trey, whose face had gone pale. Don't go, he said. Why not? Because Marcus is dangerous. He's obsessed. He'll say anything to turn you against me. Maybe he's telling the truth. Or maybe he's trying to use you to get to me. She stood, grabbed her purse. I need to think. Ariel. Take me back. Now. The drive was silent. When they pulled up to the retreat, she got out without looking at him. Please, he said through the window. Don't go tomorrow. She closed the door and walked away. That night, she didn't sleep. She stared at her phone, at the messages, at the photos of Trey she'd secretly taken, and wondered if she'd just fallen for a killer. At dawn, she made her decision. She was going to the lighthouse. The old lighthouse stood like a broken tooth against the gray sky. Waves crashed against the rocks below, violent and hungry. Ariel checked her phone. 11:58. She shouldn't be here. Every instinct screamed at her to turn around, go back to the retreat, pack her bags, and forget she ever met Trey Oxton. But she kept walking. A figure emerged from behind the lighthouse. Tall, thin, with dark hair and eyes that looked like they hadn't slept in years. You came. His voice was rough, damaged. You're Marcus. You're the new one. He smiled, but it was cold. The latest woman to fall for his act. I didn't fall for anything. I'm here for answers. Good. Because I have them. He pulled out a tablet, swiped to a video file. This is security footage from the night Elena died. The penthouse hallway camera. He pressed play. The footage showed Elena stumbling down the hallway, clearly drunk, mascara running down her face. Trey followed behind her, his face twisted with anger. Turn it off, Elena's voice came through tinny and desperate. Just leave me alone. You want attention? Is that what this is? Trey grabbed her arm, jerked her around. You want me to beg? I want you to care. I'm done caring. I'm done with all of it. Elena's face crumpled. She pulled away, ran toward the penthouse door. The video ended. That's not proof of anything, Ariel said, but her voice wavered. Wait. Marcus swiped to another file. This is from the balcony camera. The police never saw this because I paid someone to delete it before they could review the full footage. You what? I wanted justice, not their version of it. He pressed play. This footage showed the balcony from above. Elena stumbled out, climbed onto the railing. Trey stood in the doorway, arms crossed. Get down, he said, voice flat. Make me. I'm not playing this game anymore. Then watch me die. Elena swayed, nearly lost her balance. Trey didn't move. I mean it this time, she sobbed. I really mean it. You always mean it. Elena looked back at him, eyes wild and broken. You don't love me anymore. No. I don't. The words hung in the air like poison. Elena let out a sound that was half laugh, half scream. She spread her arms wide. Then I have nothing left. She leaned back. And Trey lunged forward. Ariel gasped. In the footage, Trey ran, reached for Elena, fingers brushing her ankle. But she was already falling, already gone. The scream was brief. Then nothing but silence and the sound of Trey collapsing onto the balcony floor. He tried to save her, Ariel whispered. Did he? Marcus's voice was sharp as glass. Or did he just realize too late that calling her bluff was going to cost him everything? He tried to catch her. Half a second too late. Because he spent the previous 30 seconds watching her teeter on that edge, doing nothing. Saying the worst possible things. Ariel's head spun. Why are you showing me this? Because I need you to understand what he is. He's not some tragic romantic hero haunted by his past. He's a man who psychologically tormented my sister until she killed herself. But he said he didn't push her. The police said it was an accident. An accident he orchestrated. He knew exactly what he was doing when he told her he didn't love her anymore. He knew she was unstable. He knew what would happen. Marcus stepped closer, and Ariel smelled cigarettes and desperation. He's dangerous, Ariel. He'll pull you in, make you feel special, make you think you can save him. And then when you're in too deep, when you've given him everything, he'll destroy you too. I barely know him. Then walk away now. Before it's too late. Her phone buzzed. A text from Trey. Where are you? We need to talk. Marcus saw her screen. He's already tracking you, isn't he? Already making sure you don't slip away. It's just a text. It's never just a text with men like him. Everything is control. Ariel looked at the lighthouse, at the ocean, at Marcus's haunted face. Why didn't you give this footage to the police? Because I wanted to destroy him myself. The legal system failed Elena. I won't. What does that mean? He smiled, and it was terrible. It means I'm going to ruin him. His company, his reputation, everything. And you're going to help me. I'm not helping you do anything. You are. Because he's falling for you. I can see it. And when he falls, he'll tell you things. Show you things. Give you access to his life. You want me to spy on him. I want you to be there when the truth comes out. I want you to see who he really is before you end up like Elena. Another text from Trey. Please answer me. I'm worried. He's worried, Marcus laughed. Of course he is. You're his newest project. His chance at redemption. Ariel put her phone away. I need to think. Think fast. Because he's already got his hooks in you, and every day you stay makes it harder to leave. She turned to go, but Marcus grabbed her wrist. One more thing. Elena left a journal. Pages and pages about their relationship, about what he did to her. I'll send you copies. Read them. Then decide if you still want to give him a chance. He released her, and she ran. Down the trail, through the trees, lungs burning and heart racing. When she got back to her cabin, she found Trey sitting on her porch. He stood when he saw her, relief flooding his face. Where were you? She stopped, breathing hard. I met Marcus. His expression went cold. What did he tell you? The truth. Or his version of it. And you believed him. I don't know what to believe. Trey stepped toward her, and she stepped back. Don't, she said. Ariel, please. Whatever he showed you, whatever he said, it's twisted. He's been trying to destroy me for 3 years. He showed me the footage. I saw you. I heard what you said to her. Pain flashed across his face. Then you know I tried to save her. Too late. Yes. Too late. But I tried. After you told her you didn't love her. After you watched her climb onto that railing and did nothing. What was I supposed to do? She did it every week. If I reacted, if I gave her what she wanted, it just got worse. The therapists told me to stop enabling her. So you let her die instead. He flinched like she'd hit him. I made a mistake, he whispered. The biggest mistake of my life. And I've paid for it every single day since. Ariel felt tears building. Marcus says you're dangerous. That you'll destroy me too. Marcus is a liar. Is he? Because right now, I don't know who to trust. Trey's phone rang. He ignored it. It rang again. Answer it, Ariel said. He pulled it out, looked at the screen, and his face went white. What is it? It's my lawyer. The police just reopened Elena's case. Someone submitted new evidence. They stared at each other, and Ariel realized with cold certainty that everything was about to fall apart. The police arrived at dawn. 3 cars, lights flashing red and blue against the morning mist. Ariel watched from her cabin window as they walked Trey to the lead vehicle, hands cuffed behind his back. He looked up once, eyes finding hers, and the devastation on his face made her chest ache. Then he was gone. Her phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? They arrested him. Marcus's voice was triumphant. Finally. You did this. I did what the police should have done 3 years ago. What evidence did you give them? Text messages between Elena and me from that night. She told me Trey had been threatening her, that she was scared. That he'd said if she didn't stop, he'd make her stop. Ariel's blood ran cold. He threatened to kill her? Not in those words. But the implication was clear. Why didn't you show me those messages yesterday? Silence. Then, because I needed you to see him first. To see if he'd lie to you about it. He did, didn't he? He said it was an accident. It was murder. Premeditated psychological torture that ended in her death. And now he'll finally pay. Marcus hung up. Ariel sat on the bed, hands shaking. She pulled up her laptop, started searching. News articles about Elena Marsh's death. Social media posts from 3 years ago. Photos of Elena and Trey at charity galas, art shows, yacht parties. They looked perfect together. Happy. Then she found Elena's Instagram. The public posts were all smiles and champagne. But in the comments, people she'd tagged, people who seemed to know her well, left worried messages. Call me. Please. Are you okay? We're worried. Elena, you don't have to stay with him. Ariel's stomach turned. Then her email pinged. A message from an encrypted address. Subject, Elena's journal. The attachment was massive. Hundreds of pages. Ariel opened it. January 15th, Trey didn't come home last night. I called him 43 times. He finally answered at 3 a.m. and told me I was pathetic. Maybe I am. Maybe I deserve this. February 3rd, we fought again. I threw a vase. He just stood there, watching me destroy our apartment, and when I was done, he said, "Are you finished acting crazy?" I hate him. I love him. I don't know anymore. March 22nd, I told him I wanted to see a therapist. He said I should, that maybe they could fix me. Like I'm broken. Like I'm the problem. But he's the one who makes me feel insane. The entries went on. Page after page of pain, manipulation, gaslighting. Trey telling Elena she was unstable. That no one else would want her. That she should be grateful he put up with her. And Elena, desperate and drowning, clinging to him anyway. Ariel felt sick. Then she reached the final entry. Dated the night Elena died. He said he doesn't love me anymore. He said it so calmly, like he was commenting on the weather. I asked him to leave, to just go, but he wouldn't. He stood there watching me fall apart, and I swear he enjoyed it. I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. If he won't leave, then I will. One way or another. Ariel closed the laptop, hands trembling. Her phone rang again. This time it was a number she recognized. Trey's lawyer. Miss Vaughn? This is David Chen. Trey asked me to call you. I don't want to talk to him. Please, just listen. The evidence Marcus submitted is fabricated. Those text messages were altered. We have digital forensic experts examining them now. What about Elena's journal? Silence. What journal? Marcus sent me her journal. Hundreds of pages about their relationship. That's impossible. Elena never kept a journal. The police searched their apartment thoroughly. There was nothing. Ariel's head spun. Then where did these pages come from? Marcus wrote them. He's been planning this for years. Creating a narrative, building a case, waiting for the right moment. Why would he do that? Because he's obsessed. Elena was his twin sister. When she died, something broke in him. He can't accept that she made a choice. He needs someone to blame. But the video. I saw it. Trey told her he didn't love her. He watched her climb onto that railing. He did. And he's lived with that guilt every day since. But guilt isn't murder. And Marcus is using that guilt to destroy him. Ariel thought about Marcus's face at the lighthouse. The cold smile. The way he'd touched her wrist. Miss Vaughn, Trey asked me to tell you something. He said, ask her if she felt it. The connection. He said you'd understand. She did understand. She'd felt it from the moment she turned around in that smoothie line. A pull so strong it terrified her. When will they release him? If our experts can prove the messages were altered? Within 48 hours. If not. He trailed off. Ariel hung up. She stared at the journal on her screen, at the words that felt true but might be lies, and made a decision that would change everything. She called Marcus. "I'll help you," she said when he answered. "Help me what?" "Destroy him." "You were right. He's dangerous. I need to get away from him, but I need protection first. Promise me you'll keep me safe." "I promise." Marcus sounded surprised, pleased. "What changed your mind?" "The journal. Seeing what he did to Elena. I don't want to be next." "Smart woman. Meet me tonight. The villa where he took you for dinner. I have something to show you there." "What?" "Proof that he's been planning to do to you what he did to Elena. I hacked his laptop. You need to see it." Her heart hammered. "Okay. What time?" "Midnight. Come alone." He hung up. Ariel sat in the silence, breathing hard. Then she called Trey's lawyer back. "I need you to have someone follow me tonight. And I need a wire." "What are you planning?" "I'm going to get you the confession you need. Marcus is going to tell me everything, and I'm going to record it." "Miss Vaughn, that's extremely dangerous." "I know. But it's the only way to end this. For all of us." That night, she drove to the villa. The same villa where Trey had told her he owned the world. Where he'd looked at her like she was the only thing in it that mattered. The courtyard was dark now. Empty. The strings of lights hung limp and dead. Marcus stepped out of the shadows. "You came." "I said I would." He smiled, and this time she saw the madness in it. "Did you tell anyone?" "No." "Good. Because I need you to understand something, Ariel. This isn't just about justice. It's about family. Elena was everything to me. And when she died, a part of me died too. I understand. Do you?" He moved closer. "Because I don't think you do. I don't think you understand what it's like to lose someone you love because of someone else's cruelty." "Show me the proof." "The files from his laptop." Marcus laughed. "There are no files." The world tilted. "What?" I lied. There's no hacked laptop, no evidence, no proof of anything except what I've already shown you. Then why am I here?" He pulled out a knife. "Because you're the final piece. The woman who got too close. The one who makes Trey vulnerable. When they find your body here, in his villa, with evidence that you discovered the truth about Elena, it'll be the nail in his coffin." Ariel stepped back, but he was faster. The knife pressed against her throat. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "But Elena needs justice. And this is the only way." The wire under her shirt felt impossibly small. The backup that was supposed to be outside felt impossibly far away. "Marcus, please." "Shoo. It'll be over soon. And Trey will finally understand what it feels like to lose everything." Then headlights flooded the courtyard. Car doors slammed. Voices shouted. "Police! Drop the weapon." Marcus spun, knife still at Ariel's throat. And in that moment, she saw Trey standing behind the police, his face twisted with terror. "Let her go," Trey said, voice breaking. "Take me instead. Just let her go. Take me instead." Trey's words hung in the air like a prayer. Like a confession. "Just let her go." Marcus laughed, the sound broken and sharp. "You think I want you? You're already dead, Trey. Your reputation, your company, everything you built. I've destroyed it all. Then you have what you wanted. Let her go. The knife pressed harder against Ariel's throat. She felt blood, warm and thin, sliding down her skin. She's a witness, Marcus said. She heard me. She knows what I did. I know what you did too, Trey said, moving forward slowly. I know you altered those messages. I know you wrote Elena's journal. I know you've been stalking me for 3 years, waiting for your chance. You deserve it. You killed my sister. I didn't kill her. But I failed her. And I've lived with that every single day. Trey's voice cracked. But Ariel? She's innocent. She has nothing to do with this. Let her go, and I'll confess. I'll tell the police whatever you want. That I pushed Elena. That it was murder. I'll give you everything. Ariel's eyes widened. Trey, no. It's okay. He looked at her, really looked at her, and she saw everything in his eyes. The pain, the guilt, the love he'd been too afraid to name. I can't lose someone else because of my mistakes. But you didn't do it. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters except you walking out of here alive. Marcus was shaking now, knife wavering. You'd really do that? Confess to murder? Yes. You'd go to prison for the rest of your life? If it means she lives? Yes. The police were frozen, waiting for an opening. But Marcus had positioned himself too well, Ariel too close. Marcus, she said quietly. Elena wouldn't want this. You didn't know her. I read her journal. The one you wrote. And you know what I realized? It wasn't about Trey. It was about you. He stiffened. Every entry was you trying to convince yourself that Elena was a victim. But she wasn't. She was sick. And no one could save her. Not Trey. Not you. Not anyone. Shut up. She made a choice that night. A horrible, final choice. And you've been trying to undo it ever since because you can't accept that she chose to leave you. I said shut up. The knife moved, just slightly, away from her throat. It was enough.